As we wait for the next few months to pass for this NFL season to finally start, rules are being made. Jalen Hurts is being put on lists, and Howie Roseman is continuing to endear himself with Eagles fans. So today I want to talk about Jalen Hurts being outside the top 5 as far as the QB rankings go. And I also want to talk about the new rule that they put in place for the NFL kickoffs. And lastly, we are going to get into what Howie Roseman said to Mike Florio on his podcast and my thoughts regarding that. So let's get into it.
You want Philly food?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today I want to talk about Mike Florio getting his tail burnt. I want to talk about this new kickoff rule, and I also want to talk about Jalen Hurts being left outside of the top 5 of QBs. Now, before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 10K. Would love for you guys to join the rise. So let's start. We're going to start with Jalen Hurts, honestly. I think that Jalen Hurts was left outside of the top 5. He was placed at 7 as far as the NFL quarterbacks go. And, you know, I don't want to give away too much because me and James this Thursday are going to be making our top 10 quarterback lists. So, you know, definitely go check for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I don't want to say necessarily where I would place him. Would it be higher? Would it be lower? I'm very high on Jalen Hurts. People have seen me put him in the top 10 as far as players go last year. Now, I think that I think it's fair. I think it's fair as long as he's in that top 10, top 7, top 8. I think it's fair. You can make an argument for a lot of quarterbacks in this league, especially depending on what you're looking at, right? If you're looking at just a pure passer, we know that Jalen Hurts isn't necessarily that. But if you're an Eagles fan or if you're just a fan of football, you realize the value that Jalen Hurts brings. So top 7, I get it. You know, it isn't beautiful. It isn't the perfect spot for him, in my opinion. I'll give you that much. But it is a decent spot. I'm not too upset with it. Now, if you were wondering who the top 6 were ahead of Jalen Hurts, I will go over them. And there probably is like 1 or 2 guys maybe I would make an argument against. But again, I think that this is pretty fair. So Patrick Mahomes is the number 1 guy. Josh Allen is at their number 2. They have Joe Burrows at 3. And then they have Justin Herbert at number 4. Number 5, they have Aaron Rodgers, and then at number 6, they have Lamar Jackson, and then, like I said, at 7, they have Jalen Hurts. At 8, they have Trevor Lawrence. At 9, they have Kirk Cousins, and finally, at 10, they have Dak Prescott. So, you guys tell me where you think I would disagree with, but like I said, I think that it's fair. I think that you can make an argument for the guys that are above him, but like I said, I think there's like 2 guys that maybe shouldn't be there. So, you guys tell me in the comments who you think that is. Now, next, I do want to talk about the new rule put in place by the NFL for the kickoffs, and I thought it was very interesting. It's going to probably make kickoffs very boring, so I'll put the full rule and the full proposal on the screen so you can read through it. But basically, you know, the layman's terms is that you can now fair catch the ball anywhere before your team's 25-yard line, and you will be awarded the ball at the 25-yard line. So the way that I'm reading it is you can be at the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, and fair catch it and still get the same results as being in your a touchback or in your own end zone and fair catching it there. So I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. It is only 1 year thing, so we'll see what happens if it sticks. I don't think it will. I think that you're furthermore taking away the kickoffs. Like at this point, do like a throw off or something like that. I think the XFL did that. I think they did like a scrum, for the first possession. So if it's gonna continuously be like this, you might as well do that. So I don't know. I don't really enjoy, all the changes to that. And I get the player safety, spin on it and everything, but I just am not a fan of this. I want to see it go back to just being a fun part of the game. Like how many careers were made off of their kickoff returns, made off punt returns. And I feel like we're just slowly kind of, taking that part of the game away. So we'll see what happens. And I would love to hear what everybody thinks, because this is probably a preference thing. Some people probably don't even some people growing up not too long ago probably don't even care about the kickoff at this point, because you've never really witnessed a great kick returner or a punt returner, right? So I don't know. If you haven't seen great punt returning, kick returning, go look up Devin Hester. Look up, not Weapon X, the human joystick, Dante Hall, right? The X Factor. There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of guys that were just ridiculous. So I feel like you're losing that part of the game. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it is only for 1 year, so we'll see if it actually sticks. But I want to know what you guys think now. Lastly, I do want to go into this Howie Roseman. Howie is something different, man. Howie is something different. We're gonna watch it real quick together, and then I'll give you my opinion on everything with it.
What can you tell me about how the Jonathan Gannon tampering situation came to be? How did you find out about it?
Yeah, I think for me personally, obviously, extremely appreciative of JG and his contributions to our football team. Helped us win the NFC. That was handled, as we discussed before, at the ownership level. And I think the more we look in the past, the less focused we are on the future. And so for me, that's over with. Wish him well in Arizona, and we're moving on.
I mean,
Did you guys actually make a complaint, or was this the Cardinals raising their hand saying, we realize we screwed up?
I'm really appreciative of JG's contributions, helping us win the NFC, and that was handled at the ownership level, and I think we need to move on. And, the less we focus on the past, the better we'll be in the future.
You're doing a good job reading.
Did I say that line the same time twice? Because I don't think I did. Can you?
No, you got it. You got it right. Your talking points are on point. But
Thank you.
Do you not realize that answers like that make people like me think there's a hell of a lot more to this than anyone is ever going to tell us, and it was a much bigger deal than anyone ever let it on to be? Don't you see that as a reasonable
If I was making
conclusion?
a list of top 5 conspiracy theorists around the National Football League, you would be on. I don't know
Okay,
that
Howie.
you'd be one. I don't want to appoint you as one, but you would definitely be top 5.
Nah,
You're
he talking. He preaching.
Should it not be taken as a surprise that the announcement was made minutes before round 1 began? Didn't you even chuckle at that? Good Lord, they're announcing this to the world literally minutes before the draft starts.
It is possible that's when resolution came, right?
I guess that's possible.
Is that when it came?
Again, I don't want to get into any details, but I'm saying there are answers for some of your conspiratorial, is that the word? Conspiratorial theories.
Well, that's good. It's good that I got something out of you. I thought you were just going to read the talking points
he's
again.
upset.
We have about 30 seconds. Do you want to read the talking points one more time?
I feel like there's sarcasm involved in that.
Now, Mike Florio, I mean, I give him respect for honestly just pushing. I do. I give him respect for pushing the envelope and pushing his agenda, trying to get that question answered. I do think that it's over. I agree in a lot of aspects with Howie Roseman. When you look at, the situation, it is what it is. It's done. We got what we got. They got what they got. We're probably never going to find out the truth, right? We're probably never going to find out the full extent of the truth, but why is that his job to give that out? At the end of the day, I love Howie Roseman's response to this. He's just trying to move forward and do for this team what they deserve, and that's go win another Super Bowl. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm really not too upset with Mike Florio. I just love the answer that Howie Roseman gave, to be honest. I think that was the perfect answer to the question. So I don't know. I think it's funny. It's probably going to get blown out of proportion and everything, but it is what it is. I love Howie Roseman. I think that he's continuously endearing himself to Eagles fans. So that's all I wanted to talk about, man. It's like I said, it's the off season, so this is really the slowest time of football. So if you guys have any suggestions on live shows you want to do or any content you would want me to do, definitely hit me up. Let me know, man. I would love the suggestions. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe on your way out. But it is Flyers Fly, and we are out here. Peace.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Flyers flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season head, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.